It was just another quiet Saturday on my ranch. I'd finished fixing the fence line, had a pot of chili simmering on the stove, and was about to take my dirt bike for a spin down the trails. Nothing out of the ordinary. But apparently, my bike looked too loud and dangerous for the HOA next door. I was tearing down the gravel road that cuts near their subdivision when I noticed a blockade up ahead, 3 HOA members standing across the lane with cones, waving their arms like wannabe traffic cops. Right in the middle of them, Karen, the HOA president herself, clipboard in hand. I slowed, thinking maybe an animal had gotten loose. But no. As I rolled up, Karen marched straight into my path and raised her hand like she was stopping traffic. "This road is HOA property," she barked. "You're not authorized to ride here. Dismount immediately, or we'll confiscate the bike." I blinked. Confiscate my bike? On a public access road? Karen smirked. "Our rules apply within 1 mile of the subdivision. That includes you." I laughed so hard I nearly stalled out. "Lady, this bike isn't even mine. I'm just testing it." Her eyes lit up with triumph. "Even better. Then whoever owns it will pay the fine." Big mistake. Because the owner of that bike wasn't some neighborhood kid. That dirt bike belonged to my cousin, an army captain stationed at the nearby base. He had loaned it to me for the weekend, said it needed a few miles put on it after repairs. The army doesn't like leaving gear idle. So, I pulled over calmly, pulled out my phone, and sent one text. Karen blocked the bike. "Need you here." 9 minutes later, the ground began to shake. The sound of diesel engines thundered down the road. Out of the tree line came a convoy of Humvees, tires spitting gravel, each one loaded with soldiers in full kit. The lead vehicle screeched to a halt right in front of Karen's little cone blockade. Out stepped my cousin. Captain's bars gleaming on his chest, sunglasses on, boots hitting the ground like thunder. 50 soldiers stood behind him, silent, arms folded, watching. Karen's smug expression crumbled. What is this?" she stammered. My cousin walked up slowly, towering over her. "Ma'am, you've interfered with army property. That dirt bike you tried to seize. Military asset on loan. You've obstructed movement of federal equipment. Do you have any idea how serious that is?" Karen sputtered. "And no, it was just an HOA rule." The captain leaned in, voice low but sharp enough to cut steel. "HOA rules don't override federal law. Right now, I could call this in as obstruction of military operations. That carries prison time." Karen went pale. The soldiers behind him didn't say a word, but the sight of 50 uniformed troops lined up in front of her had her knees shaking. One soldier casually adjusted the strap on his helmet, and Karen nearly jumped out of her shoes. I crossed my arms, grinning. "So, Karen, still want to confiscate the bike?" She shook her head furiously, clipboard clattering to the ground. The captain turned to his men. "Secure the perimeter." Within seconds, soldiers had moved the cones off the road, dismantled her little blockade, and cleared the path. Karen and her HOA minions were left standing awkwardly on the shoulder, looking like kids caught playing cops and robbers. My cousin gave me a pat on the shoulder. "You're good to ride. If they give you trouble again, let me know. We'll bring the rest of the company next time." Karen nearly fainted. As the convoy rolled away, I fired up the bike again and gunned the engine. Karen clapped her hands over her ears and stumbled back as I sped past her, laughing the whole way. Word spread fast through the neighborhood. Nobody cared about the HOA's bike noise rules anymore, not after they brought down 50 soldiers and a captain in under 10 minutes. And now, every time I ride past, Karen scurries back inside like she's seen a ghost. Because she learned the hard way, she didn't just stop the wrong bike, she stopped an army bike. And the army always rolls deep.